What's up, folks? Your boy Paul back in the building. This is a redo of a video that's supposed to be on there, but the reason why it was taken down because the video was out of sync. So I'm gonna redo the video so that you guys could have a good time with it, stuff like that. And this is a very shout out to Hope Rise alone because this is a very unique deck of spellbooks. Spellbooks Reaper build is a very powerful build. Just that players don't know how to. I don't know why players are not using this build. This build is something that could stand up to the meta compared to basic ass spell books that sit on blue board and says, oh, some blue board, oh, secrets, oh, masters, oh, do this. Yeah, there's nothing. He didn't have a good follow up, so I pretty much dominated the game right there. Game two. All right, so here's game two. Now game two was a pretty hectic battle, not gonna lie. So he just follow with the two bad girls and the Lila, and fortunately he had the MST to my skill drain, not skill drain, but skill prisoner. So now in my head, I'm like, alright, if I'm going against Reaper build, I have to make sure I kill him immediately, because pretty much Reaper build is based upon time. The longer you wait to kill the spell player, the worse it gets. So as you see right there, since he had two turns, and two turns right there led into a Reaper. So now I gotta deal with Reaper coming out, just doing all this crazy stuff. So in order to prevent that, since I'm now thinking back to it, I should just started just a Cardinal. Because if you Cardinal away their spellbooks, you take away Reaper. Take away Reaper, you pretty much win the game. So fortunately, he had a good setup. He had Book of Life. Now I gotta deal with Reaper shenanigans again. And look at that. Wheel of Prophecy puts back the Masters and Secrets. So now he has more chance of doing this combo. Now I'm in a bad spot because look what easier to follow up with Strike Bowser. So now that right there is scary. So me with drawing the snake, I used Buffalo so I was forced to take away both my formations, and luckily he negated it, and then I went into Extinction Knight, well, Exciton Knight, and fortunately he didn't. He should have banished the Buffalo the moment it came out to the field. So I went to Lion Emperor for some type of defense, and then next thing you know, I'm like, I didn't check his graveyard, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Prophecy Destroyer comes back, and then next thing you know, I'm back at square one because of that. So I set the board down because I know I lost this game. So I let him play his little game so I can gain information. If you gain information about the match, you're able to do stuff. So fortunately, he literally is about to get nasty. So you see, this is why you can't play a long-term game against this kind of spellbooks. You can't. If you play a long-term game against this kind of spellbooks, you will get blown up like this. So here's game 3. Alright, so game 3, I opened pretty broken. Like, pretty broken. All I need is just player interaction, and I'm ready and set and go. So, he's out with Lila. I gave him no player interaction. He didn't open up pretty well, so I went for the Onslaught. Used Tensu, bring up the Rooster, and this is pretty much one of the old setups I used to do. The reason why I didn't go for the transmodified Raven was because I wanted to go for the Spirit play, the really good Spirit play. And now this Spirit play is very powerful. So I'm gonna go for Rooster at Buffalo Pop. Swap a formation out because I want to have more plays for Saito. Send up both the other formations, and pretty much I'm just putting him in a really tight spot. He's at 200 left. I have Wolf Bark in my hand, so my access to Gagga Cowboy is very high. And pretty much from there, he didn't have any follow up, and that's all she wrote. So now I'm gonna give you guys a bonus game. Now Sylvans are getting to a level to where they are becoming stacky. And when I mean sacky, I mean like closer to light swarm. Oh, top deck JD, okay, blow up the field. Oh, some all the other JDs, GG. So when I say about this, I mean like just look at this matchup. So I'm gonna bring out Sequoia. He's gonna go with the trans modifier put into Honest, which is pretty good because now I have to worry about battling against a light monster, and I have to be aware of my life points. Now he drops the back C. I use Tempest effect to add Blaster, just in case if any craziness happen, which it does because he drops Christia, adds back to Honest. So which now I have to think about how am I going to break through this field. So luckily at the top of the Honest, I use the Sequoia, here's the Miracle Fertilizer, another Miracle Fertilizer, top deck to Martial Leaf, blow up the field, use the effect of, I can't say the name, but the boss monster, return back my 2 Miracle Fertilizer, and mill over Dancing Lion. This is like ridiculous. Bring back Sequoia, Miracle Fertilizer, bring back Guard Oak, and take the win. See how sacky that is? You see how stupid this deck is going to be next set, and I didn't even add the other 2 cards in yet. So imagine how this deck is going to be. Just imagine. I'm gonna leave you guys with that, with that train of thought in your head.